Beautiful people. Kristen here with the Sacred Wellness Center. Welcome back for this new moon reading. Today is April 22nd, 2020. Happy Earth Day. Happy new moon in Taurus. Happy 444. We're in another portal. The 444 being April, the fourth month, the 22nd. 2 plus 2 is 4. 2020, 2 plus 2 again is 4. This is the third 444 portal day we have had this year. And it's a big month. It is. And today is Earth Day. And this is the new moon in Taurus. And Taurus is Earth. It is the embodiment of love that is in the earth, that is in the human body. It is the embodiment of our sensual connection with life. It's the senses, it's the taste, the smell, the touch, the sight, the sound of the earth, the birds, the sound of the stream, the sound of the wind and the breeze and the trees, the feeling of the breeze and the wind on your skin, the feeling of the touch of a hug, of a kiss, the gaze of an eye, or the scent of a rose, all the colors, or if you're colorblind, just all the shades of light and dark, and it's all just a sensual experience with Taurus. And this new moon in Taurus is an invocation, an invitation to reconnect with her, reconnect with that feminine essence, that strength that is the planet under our feet and all around us in the atmosphere. Connect with her. And we are the earth. We desire to connect with each other, in this quarantine. This is, we are the earth. We need the human connection, the human touch, the human eye contact, the handshakes, the gestures of connection. And we certainly need this planet. We are because of her. We survive. We exist because Mother Earth, Father Sky, Grandmother Moon, Grandfather Ocean are blending and interacting and are in this dance of life together. And we are those elements in the dance. And the invocation of this Earth Day, Taurus new moon, is to put the earth at the center of our value system. She is the top priority. And who is she? She is the diversity of all beings and all races of humans, and the gorillas and the elephants and the giraffes and the zebras and the koalas and the whales and the dolphins and all the beings, the dogs, the cats, just the birds, the winged ones. Okay, so as we open up, our first card out is the Wheel of Fortune. The wheel turns. The Wheel of Fortune turns. It's spinning. It's moving. And it's moving in the direction for a better world. And get on that wheel and let it spin you and change you and shift you and orient you and point you into a better direction. When this quarantine is done, I recommend do not go back to business as usual, to life as usual. If you do, there's going to be all sorts of obstacles inside there. Something small even must emerge changed from this. If not, you're resisting the flow of life. And resistance creates persistence and will dam the water, and eventually it's going to bust and break. Go with the flow. Go with this wheel of fortune energy. Let it spin you. Let it change you. Let it morph you. However uncomfortable that might be, let it assist you and maybe put more questions in your mind, let yourself be a question mark for a while. We don't have to know. We try to know so much, and sometimes just being in the surrender of the not knowing puts you more in this process of building the relationship with the life, the patterns that show up in life, and for the chance of your true destiny to meet you. Are you really living the life that you thought it could be as a child, that you dreamed it to be as a child? And let this potential, this time, move and stir you into putting in a bit of an upheaval to help you align more with that dream in your heart and soul that you had as a child. And if you can't even remember what that dream is or was, maybe it's time to start to ask and connect in with that deep internal space that might even be hidden from you at this point. And it's a journey that is very worthwhile and promising in its riches. And those riches are not accumulations of securities in the form of bank accounts, but those riches are ensure stability and connection to your own rhythm and walk of life. We have the Knight of Rods as our next card coming off the Wheel of Fortune. And the Knight of Rods tells us that there is a real zest, a real energy to move forward with something passionate inside of you, something exciting, something of greatness. And I'm not talking about that greatness needing to be changing the world, no. But there is a desire to change yourself and to bring more of your creative, passionate potential into the world. And for sure, you will transform your surroundings and your environments and your relationships with this newfound kind of zeal, this zest. Let's see, I keep dropping all the cards. And following that is a very grounding card, a very Taurian card, right? This is the Eight of Pentacles, which is focusing on the intention, with this being a new moon in Taurus. This is a great time to seed new intentions and to really focus on what it is we want to cultivate in a practical kind of way. What is it in our environments do we want to build upon and bring more of? Is this the desire for a garden space to plant seeds and to grow your own food? Is this to build a deck or a screened-in porch? Is this is a card of consistent hard work, and this is an 8, so it's the 4 doubled, and that there's a lot of flow of abundance in there, but it must transform and remove obstacles on its path. The 8 is it takes that stability and it puts a lot of movement into action, and we want to really acknowledge that slow and steady does win the race. And we want to take that passion and that zeal of the Knight of Rods and move it into like practical, methodical, steady, chipping away at it kind of work. And this is, you know, we can look at this as setting intentions with a new moon. We can look at this as, you know, digging in deeper to personal projects. We can look at this also as a dear friend of mine had me pick a number, any number from 1 to 44, and I picked a number, and she gave me this intention that was associated with that number in this book of cards that she has. And it was this practice of gratitude to, for 29 days, write a gratitude, something you're really grateful for, something really sincere, to write it or give it a few sentences, a paragraph, to really describe why, you know, I feel gratitude for this aspect of my life. For 29 days, doing this each day and putting that piece of paper in a jar and putting it in the window so that the sun and the moonlight can energize those intentions. After day 30, reading these intentions and receiving, you know, the energy of the words that I had sown the intention into. And so this practice starts today, and I'm so excited about it. And I'm sharing this with you because this could be, you know, a practice of gratitudes. We can interpret these cards so many ways, but that's just what's coming to mind because that's been an influence in my day. And, you know, the Pentacles represent abundance, right? Well, what's more abundant than gratitude? You know, this is where our value system might be changing a bit. You know, maybe having, you know, this vast resource of wealth is not so valuable anymore. We might see, you know, that the value that we put towards like money is been out of balance with the value that we've put towards other forms of abundance, right? And that is what is being invoked in this card right now. So we have the Wheel of Fortune, the wheel spinning in our favor, with this kind of passionate movement forward into the Eight of Pentacles. I kind of want to pull one more, like what a crowning energy might be. So, what are your intentions for the new moon, for this new moon in Taurus? What do you want to bring forth more in your life? Is it spaciousness? Is it more rest and just more time to connect? These are all elements of abundance, right? And I'm just looking for a crowning energy. Actually, I moved to pull from my other deck. If you hadn't noticed, these were some new cards. So I'm going to see what kind of crowning energy wants to come out for us in the collective. Something that can really invoke the Wheel of Fortune again. Okay. You all, we got 2 Wheel of Fortunes here. Amazing. Okay, so the crowning energy is we are in change, and these intentions that we set are so important because the world is changing and so are we, and we're not returning to what was. And invoke and incite excitement and vitality and movement and rhythm and harmony with the flow of nature, the nature within you, the nature within your environments. Be humble and right your wrongs, you know, and just celebrate perhaps these moments of joy that come in, that an excitement that things are changing, and that, you know, the possibilities and the potentials for your soul to experience moments of like true, genuine, deep, profound joy and fulfillment in this lifetime are becoming so much more tangible, and that we're all in this together and we're all celebrating, and give yourself the opportunity to honor the earth in some way today, tomorrow, the next day, every day. Be grateful for the breath, the oxygen, and the sunlight, and the movement of the weather, the water we drink, and the food we eat, and just the reverent, respectful, loving relationship with life is being invoked for all of us today. So thank you so much for tuning in, and book a private reading. They've been like phenomenal. These readings are just blowing my mind, and I love having my mind blown. But to book a reading, just private message me or send an email. And until the next time, be well, and many blessings to you and all of your beloveds.